It's a sense of purpose, really. I think it's a basic instinct. You always try to look for something that is on your limit, because if people already know and you already know that you can do it, what's the fun? Right now, it's all I think about, it's all I do, it's the people I meet, it's the places I see. It has taught me so much that I have absolutely no idea where I would be without it. It is meditation. I don't focus on anything else than the next move, which is also why it's so relieving. My name is Magnus Midtbø. I'm 27 years old, and I'm a professional rock climber. Rock climbing is basically about conquering something. Either it's a mountain, or it's a rock, or it's a boulder. It can be anything. You just climb up something. I am an elite climber, and in Norway, I'm the best climber, and I've been for 10 years. I think right now I'm ranked 10th in the world. What I'm doing right now is sport climbing, which is climbing up a cliff. And it should be as hard as possible, meaning that no one else should be able to climb it except you. Climbing is not a sport to me. It's a way of living, yeah. It's what you think about, it's what you talk about with your friends. It gives you kind of like this special kind of freedom to move vertically without any struggle. It's everything to me. I grew up in Bergen. I don't know how many sunny days we have, but not a lot. I traveled both to compete, but also to train. Travel around the world, train with the best, learn from the best, share with the best. It's a way of living your life. It's not like you go climbing and then you turn off and you do something else the rest of the day. It stays with you throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the months. When you feel dedicated, when you feel motivated, that's all you think about. Different moves, going through different routes in your head, you know, like trying to figure out how to do stuff. I see so many different cliffs that look interesting that pretty much, I'm sure, have not been climbed, but to me, they look like they're waiting to be climbed. Nature is a big part of what I do. It's a thing that comes with climbing, I feel like. I don't seek the most scenic, beautiful places. I seek the biggest challenges, you know, the hardest climbs. I think I am a climber because it's natural to me, you know. From the first time I tried it, I was good at it. I think one of the most important things for people or for humans is the feeling of purpose in life. You know, I never felt like I had a purpose. But when I got into climbing, I felt like people looked up to me and people respected me, and it didn't matter. Like, I had a lot of friends who were 30 years old when I was 13. It didn't matter. They kind of looked up to me because I was this little kid who only climbed for a year and was still climbing hard. It's a sense of purpose, really. I think it's a basic instinct, even though it's not recognized as one. When I'm in bad shape, it's like a normal person wouldn't be able to walk anymore or run anymore. You know, it's something holding me down, which makes me depressed almost. I got into the sport by pure coincidence. My mom went to the hairdresser, and the hairdresser told her about climbing in this gym that was not too far away from where we lived, but we never knew there was climbing there. So I did, and I was immediately hooked. And in the beginning, I was only allowed to climb once a week, and that, I think, just made it more special. When I eventually got a key to the gym, it was like having free access to the candy shop. You know, I went there every day. I spent my whole days just at the gym, eating, doing my homework, everything. Oh yeah, and I still see they have it's from the news. When I won the Youth World Championship in China, the mayor of the town came and picked me up and greeted me on the airport. And it's still here. Like, that was in 2005, so 10 years later. They still kept it. It's very nice. I am impatient, impulsive, restless, adventurous. I get really bored if I get stuck doing the same thing. And that's why I think climbing is so good for me, because there's always something new. Either a new place, a new route, a new move, something to get excited about. You need draws. I have 15 of them. That will get me pretty much as high as I want to go with this rope. And then the personal harness, very light, and the griggery to belay with. That's for my belayer on the ground. And then climbing shoes, as you can see, very small, and chalk bag. Usually you know what you want to try even before going somewhere. And once you're there, it's a long battle. It's kind of like every route is like a book with different chapters. My goal today is try Vera. It's a 9+, and it says here that it's possibly the hardest route in Bergen. Yeah. The middle part looks okay, the top part looks wet, and it's seeping through some places. My trust in Jacob is more important than my trust in the gear, because the gear usually don't fail. Now the modern gear is so good, it's not a problem. It's like when you get into a car crash. It's not the car's fault usually. You know, it's human error. Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone else than him as a belayer on this route, just because you don't need to focus on like what is he doing on the ground. Is he doing his stuff right? You know that he's doing his stuff right, and then you can focus on what you're doing. And you need to do that when you try your hardest. My hands are my tools, yes. I treat them well too. Even though they don't look like it, I do take care of them. You know, I use sandpaper to file down the skin where it's too thick, and I use cream to gain skin at certain places. So it's all about treating the skin, because sometimes my skin gets too hard and then it feels like zero friction, you know, you don't feel the holes that you're holding. So right now I'm just trying to remove all the skin I don't need to increase the sensitivity, and you know, then I can feel actually what I'm holding. Yeah, normally I don't warm up too much. You know, when I see a hard climb, I can feel my heart beating faster just by looking at it. It's like the body knows that, okay, I am gonna climb this soon. In the beginning, when it hasn't been climbed, you brush the holds. When it's been climbed too much, you brush the holds, because if there are many layers of magnesium, it becomes slippery. You're just like looking at a route and dreaming about it kind of, but when you actually get into the pure, like the fight mode, you know, you have a route, you know that it is possible for you to do it, you just have to do it. That's when it's really hard mentally, because then you go around thinking about this route the whole time, and you have the different moves. You can see the different footholds and holds and the different crystals on the holds. You know exactly where to hold them. You know where to clip, you know where to speed up, you know where to slow down, you know where to rest. It's all in your head, you know where to chalk up. And that's when it gets really hard mentally, because it's like you're in your own little like world, in your bubble, in a funk. Sometimes it takes longer than others. Like usually for me, it takes one hard move to get into the zone. You know, one move that I really have to focus on. Once you actually have to do one hard move that you know that you could potentially fall on, that's when you start, okay, then you focus, and then it gets you into this like rhythm. Then you think about the next move, about where to place your feet, where to place your hands, where to clip the draw, how fast you should be going, all those things going in through your head. If you do it in a day, it's not difficult enough. If you do it in a week, it's not difficult enough. If you do it in a couple of weeks, then it's interesting. But if it takes you years, I think it builds characters. If I fall, then I have the rope to catch me. And I do fall often because I always try something on my very limit. And I think without the falling part, it's not so interesting for me because I want to fall. I want to fall and fall and fall until the day I succeed. And the more you work over it, the more you fall, the more rewarding it will be when you eventually stand on top. To me, I have to prove it to myself because I do feel like it's really personal. I think I doubt myself more than other people do. I doubt whether or not I can actually do this, and which is why it feels so good in the end. Even though I wouldn't be pushing the international standard, I would still be pushing it for myself, and that is the most rewarding feeling you can get. Every time that I've sent a route, then I get some peace. I can sit back, I can watch the view, and I can really enjoy the nature and just being me and where I am. Yeah, you're pushing your own limits, and that's what climbing is about, I think.